Hello, everyone. Welcome to another action-packed episode of Who the Hell Asked. I'm your host, Slade, and Byron's here with me, and we got some spicy stuff to go over.
Hell yeah. So starting off, we got a brand new announcement literally today as we're recording this episode. We have the brand new, we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 3 got announced today with the 8 tracks being the following. We have first for the Rock Mushroom Cup, we have London Loop from Mario Kart Tour, which I will 100% say was the reason we only got 2 tracks announced at the Nintendo Direct. Because you remember, Slade, why that Direct was not shown live in the UK, right?
Oh, yeah, with the whole fucking...
the Queen thing.
The Queen's passing and then Tears of the Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah, because I fucking knew, like, oh, they only showed 2 courses? London Loop is in this one from Tour, in this wave. And guess what? It fucking was. Alongside Boo Lake from Mario Kart Super Circuit, Rock Mountain from Mario Kart 7, and Maple Treeway from Mario Kart Wii to round out the Rock Mushroom Cup. And then in the Power Moon Cup, we have Berlin Byway from Mario Kart Tour, Peach Garden from Mario Kart DS, Merry Mountain from Mario Kart Tour, and the Mario Kart 7 Rainbow Road. Interesting choices here. Looks really good. Looking like a really good wave. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. I think the wave is looks pretty phenomenal overall. I think I was kind of pleasantly surprised by some decisions like Boo Lake for Mario Kart Circuit.
Yeah,
I honestly view that game as like the redheaded stepchild of the series.
Yeah.
So getting any form of representation to me is good.
Yeah, and the other prior Super Circuit tracks have been treated pretty damn well. So Boo Lake is looking like another really good one. Of course, all the Tour tracks have been pretty good for the most part, I would say. And
yeah, I would agree. I think, honestly, they got a pretty good selection of tracks. No original courses this time, which is actually kind of a bit shocking.
No, not really when you think about it, because, like, technically you could say Sky High Sunday was a Tour track, but it just came to this first.
I guess, but I don't know. I just feel like that's a strange technicality.
I just feel like but
every single pack we've got so far, and it came to Mario Kart 8 first, so it's still a Mario Kart 8 course in my mind.
But
we've got an original course with the other 2 passes.
But
yeah.
I don't think we have in the first wave. I think we just got 2.
Oh, okay, you're right. Ninja Hideaway is a Tour course, so maybe never mind.
Yeah, it was a Tour course that Nintendo didn't label as a Tour course in the actual game, which is weird, but...
Yeah.
Great set of tracks, and we got a release date, December 7th.
Yeah, which is roughly 2 weeks from now, I believe.
Yeah, so, it's gonna be a little bit weird how we're gonna cover this, because you know what's happening a day later after that, which is the Game Awards, which the day after that, we're gonna be covering that, but we will eventually get to the video on the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 3 review like we have done with Waves 2 and 1 previously. But yeah, another great set of tracks. They're all going to look gorgeous in HD. It's going to be fun to play them online. I will more than likely probably be playing them live on my Twitch channel the day they come out. So,
definitely
wink, wink. But Slade, let me tell you something. If I thought this was batshit, I haven't seen batshit until this story came out. So, Yuji Naka, the creator of Sonic the Hedgehog, or a co-creator.
A co-creator, also more infamously known lately for his work on Balan Wonderworld, arguably one of the worst video games to come out of all time.
Yeah.
Truly a marvel.
Yeah, so, I will get to that since I am the only one who has played that out of us two when we do our best and worst games we played in 2022 video. But Balin got to him because Yuji Naka has been arrested as part of a Square Enix insider trading investigation. So, Japanese news site FNN Prime Online reports that Yuji Naka, alongside Taisuke Sasaki and Fumiaki Suzuki, were arrested for acquiring stock in Japanese developer Aiming before it announced it was working on a new Dragon Quest game. You want to know what that You want to know what that Dragon Quest game was, Slade? For curiosity's sake? If the page will load. Dragon Quest Tact, a mobile game that is coming to the West.
So that is correct. So obviously, insider trading, for people who are uninitiated, is when you get inside information from a company that's planning to make a deal with another company or something, and you have somebody involved in that decision-making process preemptively buying stocks for the affiliate company to kind of make a quick buck off of the news. Because obviously, the company that in question is going to make a lot more money being affiliated with the Dragon Quest IP.
Yeah.
So the fact of the matter is, he illegally committed insider trading. He was arrested, I believe, as of like last week or something like that.
Yeah. So, for Taisuke Sasaki and Fumiaki Suzuki, they bought 47 million yen, or $336,300 of stock in Aiming. Yuji Naka purchased approximately 10,000 shares of the stock for around 2.8 million yen, or $20,000. Yeah, and before the announcement, it was believed all three may have knowingly used insider information. And, yeah! Balin Wonderworld really fucking broke him, right?
Yeah, this is pretty terrible news for anybody that is a fan of the Sonic franchise or Balin Wonderworld, whatever, because, like, seeing the creator, disgraced like this is just not easy for anybody involved, but...
Yeah, God. And
overall, Balin Wonderworld must have really fucking sucked to make this guy feel desperate enough to, like, have to fucking insider trade.
Yeah, the VGC article mentions the explosive tweets from Naka earlier in the year. iCard up above, we covered that as well. Also, batshit news at the time.
Yeah.
But speaking of batshit, Slade, you brought this story to my attention, so explain it from the very beginning for everybody.
All right, so this is a story that has been going on for the past week and a half that recently started getting some attention, but it's a story that's years old at this point. So Mick Gordon, it's a very famous audio developer, soundtrack developer, etc. His name's known all over the industry. Most of his work is affiliated with the Doom franchise, so you see all like the heavy metal and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, 4 years ago, employee by the name of Marty, who works at id Software,
executive producer.
Executive producer. He released a Reddit post detailing on how Mick Gordon's terrible to work with, and basically kind of like a call out with an attempt to cancel Mick Gordon, right? Ruin the man's career, end it effectively, and make him look terrible in like the public eye, right?
Yeah. So, this was 3 years ago on the, I believe it is the official Doom subreddit.
Yeah, they called out his lack of work ethic, how he never had released the number of tracks that they contractually agreed on and stuff like that. Long story short, they were trying to ruin this man's career, right? Yes. Marty was trying to end this man's career effectively.
Yeah.
So Mick Gordon, 3.5 years later, roughly, came out with his own Reddit post. And boy, let me tell you, this man brought receipts.
Yeah, so on his Medium blog, he, as Slade said, he brought the receipts. Holy shit. Truncate this for us, Slade.
Yeah, so without going into too much detail, I'm going to give you guys a TLDR because there is a lot to unpack here. To make a long story short, he wasn't getting paid timely for his work. They would not give him any gameplay to, create songs for like the song track. So like he could match the songs to like the level design and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they also straight up replaced him with, I don't want to like insult Chad, but his work was less than stellar, to say the least. And he has copies of all the emails, all the receipts and regarding like payment and stuff like that. And showed that Marty's original post was just straight out a lie.
Yeah.
So id Software's come out with their own official response to all this about 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Byron, if you want to go ahead and read that out for him.
Yeah, so they say the recent post by Mick Gordon both mischaracterized and misrepresented the team at id Software, the development of Doom Eternal, Marty Stratton, and Chad Mossholder with a one-sided and unjust account of an irreparable professional relationship. We are aware of all the details and history in this matter and unequivocally support Marty, Chad, and the team at id Software. We reject the distortion of the truth and selective presentation of incomplete facts. We stand ready with full and complete documented evidence to disclose in an appropriate venue as needed. The statements posted online have incited harassment and threats of violence against Marty, Chad, and the id Software team, which I will say, maybe don't try to threaten, harass, please.
Yeah, don't harass people online. Don't threaten people with Bethesda or id Software.
Let them deal with this in the. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, just let everything play out as it should. Obviously, they said they're gonna have their own, receipts essentially that they're gonna present at a suitable venue,
which I assume means lawsuit of some description.
Yeah.
Even though Mick Gordon is like, fuck it, I'm releasing my evidence, on the internet, on his Medium blog. And yeah, he's got a lot of evidence. And of course, links to all this, if you want to read it for yourself, links will be down below. But holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit indeed is my reaction to the story. I did not hear about this until 4 days ago.
Yeah.
So following the whole situation overall, obviously, to me, with the evidence that Mick Gordon's received or that he's posted, it does not put id Software and Marty in the brightest light, to say the least. It doesn't paint them in a positive light.
And the one thing, as I'm seeing this on my screen, which is being captured, the one thing that's fucking insane to me is that Mick Gordon received the contract on March 18th, 2020, 48 hours before Doom Eternal was released.
Which is insane. And he didn't even message Marty or anyone at Software. He had to go up to Bethesda.
Yeah.
Which, parent company, absolutely insane that he couldn't even work with the people that he was directly working with to get that done. Utterly insane. So...
yeah,
long story short, they better have some very compelling evidence to really short their image, because right now it does not look good for Marty and id Software.
Yeah, Mick was like, look, if Marty wanted assistance, hey, I'm here. Then he made the Reddit post, and yeah, and he basically in issuing the statement, Mick Gordon is exercising his right to defend himself, which he is very much welcome to do. And it was a good thing that he did, because holy shit.
Yeah, because I think 4 years ago, everyone's like, oh, well, Mick Gordon sounds like he's fucking lazy, he's a terrible person, blah, blah, blah. So now that the facts have come to light, now it's like, oh, hey, Mick Gordon didn't do anything wrong. And it turns out that Marty and id Software are just incredibly shady and scummy.
Yeah, if there's any updates on this story, we'll be there for it. We'll be there for this.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how id Software is going to respond with their receipts of the situation. Because like I said, for what we have seen so far, it's almost, the evidence looks straight up unrefutable. Yeah. So there has to be a hell of a lot more things going on behind the scenes for it to make any sense for id Software and Marty to come out in any form of positive light. Because looking at this, like, it's pretty terrible.
Yeah, and speaking of updates, here's something that may not get a fucking update. So Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It is released. And Slade, what has been happening in the world of Paldea?
Oh, Scarlet and Violet have released, and reviewers talked about this briefly before the game's released, but it became more apparent once people actually started playing the game.
Yeah.
That the game has its fair share of issues.
Yes.
Issues being a lot of bugs and...
Yeah, I will be showing a variety of them on screen that are, like, officially from the Switch version, because if you remember, we covered a sort of similar-ish story back when Sonic Colors Ultimate released, and it was like, some of these glitches were on EMU, some of these glitches were on actual hardware. This is the case, once again, that some of the glitches are from people playing on Yuzu, the Nintendo Switch emulator, or one of the two big Nintendo Switch emulators. But the ones I have here, straight from Nintendo with the Nintendo Switch Share. And, some of these are funny, like Coco just falling in the water while a fishing minigame happens. Oh, Slade, tell the people about the funniest one.
So this is one that I hope that they don't fix. Just to put it out there. So there is a glitch where if you have two controllers connected to your Nintendo Switch at once, you can double the run speed of the player character. I have tested it myself. It is indeed an actual glitch. By holding up on the joystick for both controllers.
Yeah, as you can see in the Twitter video I have on screen, yeah, have both controllers up, and holy shit.
Yeah, I actually hope they don't patch this one. I actually kind of like it. It's convenient, to say the least.
It's convenient, but, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, but there's just a lot of glitches like that. You could clip into basically almost anything, run up any fucking hill with enough stubbornness and precision. You could fall out of the map.
Yeah, sometimes your character vehicle, it looks like you are like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy and SpongeBob. You have the Invisible Mobile.
Boatmobile.
The Boatmobile.
Yeah, long story short, this game definitely needed a lot more time and polish. Yeah, specifically the polish.
Because from what I've heard personally, and Slade, you can attest, I've heard, okay, this is pretty good, a step in the right direction in terms of like gameplay being an open world Pokemon game, but on the other side, like all the glitches, the game doesn't exactly look great. Looks okay, looks fine.
Yeah, I think at its core, I think there is a very good Pokemon game here. The problem is, we talked a bit about the bugs, but we haven't really gone into performance. So a major issue everyone's having with the game is that the FPS rate tends to significantly tank, especially when there's a lot of things on screen, like once. And then the FPS for Pokemon and characters in the background cap out at like 2 or 3, which is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, another game that had something similar, from what I've heard, I've yet to play it, that may happen in a few weeks, but Kirby and the Forgotten Land. But that is a very rare occurrence in that game. It does happen, which is not great, but like, it's not as bad as it is in Pokemon. It's
absolutely normal. Yeah. So, like, to make a long story short, I think this game needs a lot of polish and hopefully a performance patch. Unfortunately, Game Freak doesn't have the track record of releasing performance-based patches.
Yeah. And reviewers, in their reviews, had the day one patch. There was a day one patch. And I know Game Explain was a big channel that had a glitch, like a 2-minute glitch compilation video with the day one patch on their official review copy. It's like, why would they emulate? They have the review copies. This is legit. It's insane. Great game from all I've heard. Great step in the right direction for Pokemon. First great attempt at open world, but god fucking damn it, the performance and glitches.
Yeah, so I disagree with Byron. I don't think this is a step in the right direction because, like, even though the core of the game, what's the game's based around is actually pretty solid.
Well, yeah, it's got a good core.
Yeah, the problem is this is indicative of a much larger and more insidious problem with Pokemon as an IP as a whole. Whereas Game Freak, the Pokemon company, and Nintendo have been rewarded too often with releasing subpar products that go on to become bestsellers in the series. So it has enabled them to put in a minimum amount of effort and to release these games in their unfinished and unplayable states.
Well, we will see what the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sales numbers are in about, like, 2 months or so when we have the next Nintendo sales number figures. And maybe Slade will talk more about Scarlet and Violet in our best and worst games we played in 2022 episode.
Well, I assure you it's not going to be part of the best. Not without a performance patch anyway. But yeah, that's everything we have for news this week. So honestly, we got some pretty exciting stuff coming up for those that haven't been following the channel. We're going to be covering the Game Awards when that comes up. Yep. We mentioned briefly we're going to go over the new Mario Kart.
The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass courses. We've got, of course, our year-end best and worst games we played in 2022. And we got a lot of fun stuff coming up in the next few weeks for you all. So stay tuned to the channel. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, all that good. And ring that notification bell, please. So you can know when we have episodes for you. This has been Byron.
Yeah, and this has been Slade.
And we will see you all later. Bye-bye.